Hello everybody, back amazing channel here. Yeah, so this is a re-record of my original video, which I took down because of the audio. So, as you can see, this is my slideshow on the Canadian Pacific Railway that I am doing right now. And yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining me here, joining me on this channel, and I hope that I can hope again and hopefully that you can gain like something out of this, and hopefully this will be useful to you. So, alright, let's get right to it. So this is called the Canadian Pacific Railway, a moment in Canadian history. Here are some of the pictures of the trains, the construction, and the two trains. Okay, here we go. This is an introduction. What is the Canadian Pacific Railway? Canadian Pacific Railway was and still is an important railway linking eastern Canada to British Columbia. When it was built in 1881, the railway played a very important role in Canadian society and in the development of our country. Its original purpose was to transport goods and people across the country, but built in unsafe conditions by thousands of workers, including 50,000 Chinese temporary workers. The railway facilitated communication and transportation across the country. The work was so dangerous that thousands of workers died in several accidents during the construction of this country's new railroad. So here are the pictures. This is the last spike. And if you look closely, you can see the picture of the workers, Chinese laborers, and here's the railway being built. These are historical pictures. Here's the purpose. Here's why it was built. The Canadian Pacific Railway was built between 1881 and 1885 because Sir John A. Macdonald wanted a transcontinental railway, a promise made to British Columbia upon its entry into Confederation. The railway, completed in 1885, connected eastern Canada to British Columbia and played an important role in the country's development. The purpose of the railway was to be able to cross the entire country by train rather than horse-drawn carriage. Today, more than ever, people could easily cross Canada after the completion of the Transcontinental Railway in 1885. Before the railway was built, the only means of transportation was walking, carriage, or simply horseback. The last spike, the completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway. The last spike was driven into the Canadian Pacific Railway on November 7, 1885, by Donald Smith, Lord Strathcona, our first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald. He was the director of the Canadian Pacific Railway. This pivotal moment in our country's history marked the completion of the railway across Canada. Trains could now easily move people and goods across the country. So here's one of the trains at an unknown station, and here is the last spike being driven by Lord Strathcona and our first Prime Minister. Here's the railway at the turn of the century. At the turn of the century, 1900, the Canadian Pacific Railway expanded and the CPR continued to build new lines. In 1908, the Canadian Pacific Railway opened a line linking Toronto to Sudbury. Previously, westbound traffic from southern Ontario took a circuitous route for eastern Ontario. Several operational improvements were also made to the railway in western Canada. In 1909, the railway achieved two important technical achievements. The most significant was the replacement of Big Hill, which had become a major bottleneck on the Canadian Pacific main line, with spiral tunnels reducing the gradient from 4.5% to 2.2%. The spiral tunnels opened in August. Here's the Canadian Pacific Railway today. Today, the Canadian Pacific Railway is a major railroad network operating across Canada with the Canadian National Railway, the Duluth Railway, the Winnipeg Pacific Railway, and also the Ontario Northland. These are the railways that currently operate in today's Canada. The railway was built for the purpose of transporting general merchandise and passengers across Canada. In the 1800s, it originally connected eastern Canada to the province of BC. Alright, thank you for watching my video, everyone. I really hope you all enjoyed this very compelling lecture I gave on the Canadian Pacific Railway and our history as a Canadian, and their history. Please remember to subscribe to my channel for more lectures, please. Also, see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Alright. Now, before we go, I want to show you some of the trains. These are the two trains at the turn of the century, late 1800s, early 1900s. These are some pictures of the construction of the railway. Here's more pictures. On this slide, you have another photo of the workers, the last spike, and that same photo. The photo of again, the photo of the last spike. The photo, these two photos are with the trains. And this is another train right here. And then here are the Canadian Pacific Railway freight trains of today. These are basically these trains are going through like forests. These are basically outbacks, forests that these trains are traveling in. So, as you can see, this was a pretty good lecture, everybody. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Go on.